There. I put it through the other way just so the bolt wasn't sticking out. So you got a spacer, you've got the cabled loop on it, and you'll have a nut and washer on the outside. It's a 5/8 by 2.5 inch bolt, I believe, and put a washer and nut on the inside. The lift cable will be, that's a dead end for the lift cable. So you can tighten that up, and the next thing we'll do is we'll hang the winch, and we'll be done with the cables. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is put the winch box on the 6000. This is what the winch box looks like. There's a screw holding the cover on here and there. Loosen up the screws, and you can go ahead and take the cover off. Put that back on later. There's a little bag with what we call a wedge in there. You can break the zip tie there and take the wedge out. You know, like hold on to it. We're gonna use that later. We have some bolts. They're a 1/2 inch by 4 inch all thread bolt, and I've got one in there right now. Here's what they look like. 1/2 by 4 all thread. I've got one in there. And I've got the bolt head sticking out towards the inside of the hoist. What I'm going to do is take the winch. There's a slot on the back side here. I'm going to put this over the bolt head and then drop it down. I'm going to hang the winch on the winch column. Then after I do that, I'll go ahead and put that bolt in there. So I got a little step here to help me out. You may want a little step ladder to do it. There. Now we've got that on. We'll get the bolt through the this bolt here, that other all thread bolt. And go ahead and you can put the nut on. Go ahead and tighten up both those, 9/16 wrench, and next thing we'll do is we'll put the cable in place. Okay, we're going to put the winch cable into the winch. So the last thing we do as far as the cables go, the winch cable comes out of the lift tube, we call it. And it's going to be going, you have to first thread it through the bottom of the winch through the hole in these rollers. It's going to go up all the way to the very top and over the top spool. There we go. There. After we do that, there's a clip welded to the outside of the spool. And there's a hole on the inside of the spool, and what we're going to do is put the cable through the hole on the inside. It would be easier if I loop it up like that. There. And I'm going to pull it out, pull it through there. There we go. There. And I think what I'm going to do now is just turn the winch backwards to get a little better position on it. That was fine for putting the cable in. probably see a little better this way too. And I'm going to stick the end of the cable back in, and it's going to dead end against that clip. There's a little bent portion in it. And I'm going to pull on the cable below the winch, tighten her up, and create a loop. When you get that loop to a certain point, we can put that wedge into it, and then we'll continue pulling on it until it's tight. Here we go. Got the wedge. Goes in there. There we go. And you can continue sucking the cable down. Give it a few good jerks. And for a little added security, you could take a pair of channel locks or a pair of pliers and a hammer, clamp onto here and give it a little tap, which I'll do. This is just for a little bit of extra tug on it. Give her some yanks, and it's gonna suck that in pretty good. If it looks like it's still a little loose, you can take like a hammer and a screwdriver, drive it in there a little bit further. Looks like it's not going any further, so that's good and tight, just like that. And the next thing we'll do is we'll put the wheel on and we'll start cranking the cable up onto the winch. And we'll leave the cover off right now.